The Gates County Sheriff says the investigation is not over in an attempted robbery and deadly shooting. A store clerk killed two would-be robbers. Investigators say teenage brothers Quentin and Eddie Felton, dressed in black, wore bandanas over their faces and pointed a loaded rifle at the clerk at about 6 last night. That's when the employee fought back. It happened in Gates County at the Joppa store near the intersection of Joppa and Acorn Hill Roads. And that's where we find 10 on Your Side's Katie Collette live tonight. She spoke with the sheriff and residents. So, Katie, what did they tell you?
Nicole, residents here are simply stunned. This is a very quiet town where everyone knows everything about everyone. And Sheriff Edward Webb tells me store owner Dwayne Amon felt he had to defend himself, and he described in detail why. 6 o'clock Tuesday evening, Dwayne Amon stocked shelves in his store when suddenly
he was looking down that barrel. He literally grabbed the barrel of that gun and had to pull it out of his face. His hand was torn when the gentleman snatched the weapon back out of his hand. And he's sitting there being beat down on the floor, being beat and stomped. And he did what he had to do at that particular time.
What Amon did was grab a pistol from under his shelves. Sheriff Webb says the clerk randomly fired a shot over his shoulder, hitting 18-year-old Quentin Felton in the stomach.
He ran here to the field, went down that field behind that tree line, came down this tree line, and we found him deceased over the back where those pines are.
When Amon jumped up from behind the counter, Webb says he saw Eddie Felton outside the window, again pointing the rifle at Amon's face. The sheriff says Amon fired a few shots and ducked. At least one of those shots hit the 19-year-old, killing him.
It was stunning, it was a surprise, and I'm like, what in the world? What?
Shirley Hinton grew up in Gates County. She says her feelings about Amon and the Feltons are mixed.
I'm glad he's okay, and I'm so sad and sorry that the two brothers got killed.
Sheriff Webb says Amon's family told him the Joppa store more than likely will not reopen this week. They say it's just too tough for the store owner to handle.
He was very, very distraught, very, very upset. I mean, this has been traumatic for him and his family. And it's just a traumatic course for the family of the two gentlemen that lost their lives.
Now, we tried to speak with Amon today, but no one answered the door at his home when we knocked. The sheriff tells me this investigation is not even close to over. As a matter of fact, he says that himself and other departments are looking into a possible connection between this armed robbery and other violent armed robberies that happened at nearby duck-through stores. He also says he knows someone dropped the two teenagers off here at this store last night. He wants to talk to that person. If that person is watching, or if you know who that person is, the sheriff would like you to call his office at 252-357-0210. Live in Gates County, Katie Collette, 10 on Your Side.
A lot to sift through here before this case is resolved. 10 on Your Side's Ann McNamara talked to the family of the suspects killed. You're going to hear their reaction new at 5:30. So, should Wayne Allman face charges for these shootings? That's the question. Sheriff Webb tells us detectives are still gathering the facts, and they will send their information to the district attorney to make a decision on possible charges. One more crucial point from Sheriff Webb.
Everybody knows in North Carolina we have, this is just a general courtesy law that you know that if someone breaks in on top of you, you have a right to defend yourself. If it be a residence, whether it be a residence or it be a convenience store or whatever, you have the right.
Sheriff Webb also tells 10 on Your Side there is no way of knowing when the district attorney will make his decision.